Hi friends, hope everybody is doing great. Tonight's the 7th night of Hanukkah, so I offer you my 7th gift, which are words of inspiration that have to do with the subject of light. Now, I don't know if you ever met anybody who has just such gorgeous skin that you were compelled to go up to them and ask them, like, what do you do? What do you eat? Or is it a product? And they'll tell you, listen, I drink a lot of water, I eat vegetables, I don't eat fried food. And we can understand that because we all know that food plays a major role in our physical well-being, our health, as well as in our looks. But what's true on a physical level is also true on a spiritual level. We learned last week that Adam was radiant with the God of light when he was in the Garden of Eden. But that light was diminished. Why and when? After he ate something that he shouldn't have eaten, the forbidden fruit. Food is an essential, a building block of who we are. And the rabbis teach that within every food item, kosher item, are divine hidden sparks waiting to be released, waiting to be elevated. In addition to that, when we eat something, we have to say a prayer before we eat to again and further elevate the sparks. So interesting, many years ago, there was a Japanese scientist who did a study, and he put, I think it was beans in one controlled study and then water in another, where two separate things, one container of beans, just let's say, every time somebody went near it, they cursed it, they said bad words, like bad, negative. The other group, only praise, only nice things, only blessings. How the two experiments emerged were so different in their results that it was mind-boggling. The one that was cursed was grotesque and deformed. The one that was blessed grew beautifully and bloomed. And we know today, I mean, you don't have to be a scientist anymore because we can read it all on Google. Botanists, people talk to their plants. It makes a major difference. So therefore, when we speak, we affect the things that are in front of us, the plants and the food in front of us, elevating the light inside of them. Or contrarily, if we are not saying a bracha, or we're eating with gluttony, we are bringing negativity, bringing more darkness. We are what we eat. And that's why it's so important to really reconsider if you are not keeping kosher. Maybe you really should try it because it is creating you. Your food is creating you. Do you want to glow with a godly light, or do you just want to be a reproduction, a knockoff, a fake light, a little light that goes on and off and then burns out and dies away? Or do you want to glow and be a flame with the glory and the Spirit of God, which is the purpose that we were born, to reveal the light? It says in the Torah that man does not survive by bread alone, but by the word of God. God created everything with his words, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And therefore God's light and word is inside of everything, and it's our job to release it, in a sense to rescue it, to elevate all that godliness and return it to its source. So don't think that God doesn't care what you're eating. Leave me alone. God's busy in the Middle East. He doesn't care about my sandwich. And the fact is, if we look at the story of Adam and Eve, he didn't kick them out of the Garden of Eden because they were murderers and adulterers and liars and cheaters and a list of many negative adjectives. They ate something that they shouldn't have eaten, and all mankind was brought down, and death was introduced into the world. So on that happy note, I wish you happy Hanukkah, bon appetit, and I will see you tomorrow, God willing.